Climatic variables such as temperatures that fluctuate every day are called weather. Climate is the average weather in a place over many years. While climate may vary over time, it usually remains relatively constant. Climate change, then, is when the climate deviates from normal. This can be expressed in unusual weather patterns and temperatures for a specific area or even globally.
In the Earth's history, it is not unusual for there to be slight deviations from the normal. The Earth is good at maintaining a balance and recovering when this equilibrium goes out of whack. Now it is human activity that is disrupting the balance. If you've ever been in a car or eaten meat, you have contributed to climate change. This may seem scary at first, but it's okay. Realizing and not pretending climate change isn't happening is the first step in repairing our planet.
In fact, scientists all over the world are already trying to better our understanding of what is happening. Chemists have discovered that one of the biggest contributors to climate change are things called greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases absorb infrared radiation by vibrations. Vibrational spectroscopy studies bonds like those in greenhouse gases and the energy used to stretch them. Greenhouse gases are unlike other molecules because a change in the molecule's dipole moment occurs due to vibration. These gases, such as the gas that comes out of your mom and dad's cars, CO2, are helping cause something called global warming.
Global warming is the term to describe the overall heating of the Earth. You can picture this by thinking of greenhouse gases as a blanket covering the Earth. In the correct balance, these gases help keep the Earth warm by keeping the heat from the sun trapped in our atmosphere. If there's too many gases, however, the blanket will become too heavy and begin to stifle the Earth.
This effect is reflected in the first law of thermodynamics, stating energy cannot be created or destroyed. Since energy produced by the sun and trapped by greenhouse gases can't just disappear, it is absorbed by the atmosphere. The blanket around the Earth also has to do with the second law of thermodynamics, stating that reactions will always go in the direction that increases entropy. The Earth is always generating heat, which escapes into the environment to fulfill this law. An increase of greenhouse gases slows down the rate of heat loss from the Earth, much like how a blanket keeps you warm by trapping your escaping body heat.
Climate change is expressed in more ways than just an increase of greenhouse gases. Warming of the Earth is causing ice in the poles to melt and the sea to rise. Heating of the ocean changes its acidity. This change in acid-base equilibria could cause sea-dwelling creatures to die and bacteria that thrive in acidic environments to flourish. Changes in chemical composition of the atmosphere may reduce the quality of the air we breathe, change the oxygen capacity of the atmosphere, or even change atmospheric circulation patterns.
I know you're thinking that this problem seems incredibly scary and impossible to solve, but don't be afraid. Scientists are developing solar panels, wind turbines, and electric cars to help curb the addition of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere and better use our natural resources.
There's also things you can do to help. Yes, you can be more efficient with your everyday life. You might decide to take a quicker shower, use less electricity, or eat less meat.
Remember, the Earth is our home and there's no planet B. Each contribution from everyday people like you will help fight climate change and save our Earth.
Created using Powtoon.